Hey everybody, Ash here with Gents. I told you I was going to do it, and now I am. I'm going to be taking you on a little field trip with me around town. Small town USA, I guess. And I'm going to show you what fragrance shopping in stores around here looks like. It's not quite as nice as you'll find in LA or San Francisco or New York, Chicago, any major city in the US. It's not so nice here, but we're going to hit up a couple of discounters, and by that I mean Ross and TJ Maxx. I'm going to go into the local mall, show you guys what it looks like. Maybe we'll find something to buy, maybe not, but either way, I'm going to take you along for the ride. So let's do this. Okay, so we're at the local mall. That's where I'm going to stop first. There are 3 places in here that I'm going to hit. There's an Ulta, there's a Sephora inside a JCPenney, so not a real Sephora, but we'll still go there anyway. And then a Belk. That's pretty much it as far as the local mall goes. No Macy's here. It's kind of bare bones. No Nordstrom. Nothing really nice like that. But let's go ahead and go in here. Hopefully nobody looks at me strange and thinks that I'm trying to case the place to come back and steal a bunch of fragrances later. Yep, let's go check it out. Looks like it's going to rain, and I actually used to work here at the arcade, which is now closed and is now a Merle Norman, which I hate. Screw you, Merle Norman. Actually, that door right there, that one, that used to be the arcade. I hate you, Merle Norman. Here we go to Sephora. CK1 Platinum. Trying out the night vision for the first time. Yeah, it's okay, I guess. This is it though, as far as men's fragrances go. These three kind of columns right here. So I've got a Calvin Klein Flame Night Vision, and then that one, Polo Blue Gold Blend, and I actually think I like the Gold Blend the most of the 3. It's actually not bad. Yeah, but this is it. Bam, right there. Right there. Right there. We've got women's ones down there. Maybe a few more women's than men's, but that's what we're dealing with. Let's go to the next store. There's actually more there than it looked like. I counted. There's about 75 fragrances. So. Polos. Whole bunch of polo here. Got the old school polo there. Clinique Happy. Crappy Red Rush. Dior. At least they have Fahrenheit here. And Gucci's. Yves Saint Laurent. Miyake. Hugo Boss. Dolce & Gabbana, and then Coach down here at the bottom. Let's see, got some Pradas, Paco Rabanne, Burberry, Jean Paul Gaultier, and Kenneth Cole. Uh-oh, somebody made a boo-boo. Jimmy Choo, Versace, Givenchy, and more Versace. Armani. And then Calvin Klein down here. And we got Mont Blanc. Barbados, Azzaro. That's pretty much it. Just reviewed that one. This makes sense, but they have more women's stuff than men. The women's goes all the way down there on the other side. These in the middle are all women, and then these over here, which makes sense because this is a makeup store, but still. So everything in there I pretty much already knew. You know, I'd smelled all that stuff or owned it. And one thing you'll notice is that we don't really get new releases. The new releases we get here are things that have been out for months and months. So the newest stuff in there was Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun and Vintage Legend. And now we are going to Belk. They've got some, usually some decent fragrances here, but it's pretty much the same as the other two places. Sometimes they have things here though that they don't have at the others. One thing they have is these gift sets. They have a lot more of them here than the other places. So I guess we'll look at those first. Polo, more Polo, Dolce & Gabbana, Invictus, and 1 million. Fun stuff. And then they have a few more over here, like Prada. You can see there the price though. It's more than what you would pay online. Here's Saint Laurent. Got the testers out here. Alright, let's go about these frags. So first up, Chanel. One thing that they don't have at the others. Platinum Egoist, Allure Homme, Bleu de Chanel. Let's see. Got Armani, Yves Saint Laurent. Over here, oh, almost slipped. Prada, Mont Blanc. More testers out here in case you want to check out those fragrances. Paco Rabanne, Dolce & Gabbana. So far everything pretty similar except for the Chanel. And over here, Versace. And me filming right there. Over here we've got some Bulgari, some Hugo Boss, some Gucci. And look at that enormous 200 ml. So I had to try these three out. These three Kenneth Coles. This one's actually pretty nice. Energy. Got a rolly thing going on. And then below that, more of our Barbados. Except for those Kenneth Coles right over here. Some more gift sets. Tommy Bahama, Vince Camuto. More gift sets. And a bunch of Camuto down here. A whole bunch. Including these Jumbos, 200 mils. And then one lonely Tommy Bahama here. And a couple there. Let's see. Here's Missoni Pour Homme. Just did a review on that. Calvin Klein's, Azzaro's. Coach. Somebody trying to steal something, sounds like. And then another jumbo Coach. They love those jumbos here. And this is the last men's stuff. Polo. Let's see.
Can I help you find something?
Victor and Rolf and Christian Dior. So overall there's a little, oh, there's actually Trussardi back over there, way in the back. I reviewed that one too. And I missed that, the Tobacco Reserve back there. And Davidoff and Lacoste, very lonely. That's pretty much it for there. So the lady in Belk definitely thought I was trying to steal stuff. I think you probably heard in the video, but she came over and asked if I needed anything, and then she was super suspicious and like was over me like a hawk, giving me dirty looks and stuff. I figured if any of those places were like that were gonna give me flack, it would be Belk, just because the customer service people there are really just all over you. Like when they notice you're there, they're very suspicious. Remember, kids, wear your seatbelts. So next up, I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx because it's really close by. Go in there and see if they have anything. On occasion, they'll have something in there that's neat. It's on occasion, so it's rare. But we'll check it out anyway. Maybe they'll have something. It's super busy. So I'm at the very, very back of the parking lot. Looks like there's gonna be a ton of people in here, but let's go see what we can find. There's some clearance stuff way back in the back there. And then up here, Womu for 10 bucks, which is not bad, but I have that. So give us that. And this always happens at TJ Maxx. They stole from it. Come on, guys, don't do that. So here's the actual fragrance section. And some like body sprays, shampoos, stuff like that over here. But these are the actual fragrances. So I dig into this, see if I can find anything cool. Some of that commodity soap I was talking about. It's 7 bucks. English Laundry, Windsor, Notting Hill, but I own both. Oh, London. Don't have that. Ventus clone. I guess I'll pick that up so that I got something. Tommy Bahamas at South St. Bart's. Michael Kors. Oh, there's a penguin back here. It could be worthwhile. We got a Lacoste. Got a Tommy Endless Blue. There's the fiber paste. Smells like tobacco vanille. Over here we got a cheap Brooks Brothers. What else did I find? There's a Hollister right there. More Lacoste. Don't need to say anything about that. You know how good that is. Yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as fragrances go. There's a ton of blue jeans. Thought about getting that Tommy down there, the Into the Surf that somebody tried to break into. And then there's another Tommy right here. I think I showed it, Endless Blue. I was thinking about getting that. I don't know. There are these peck sniffs down here that people talk about sometimes on groups. Some cool volcanic ash soap. And a whole bunch of that Axe. Found this just now, which would not be too bad of a deal because only 14 bucks. That's not too bad for any Simiaki. 14 bucks. I think that's cheaper than you could get online. There were a lot of people in there. I picked up the English Laundry London. That was the only thing I ended up getting. I don't want to go too crazy buying a whole bunch of things that I want to try to review and then get super backlogged. So I just got that one. I know, another freaking Aventus clone, but whatever. It was only $15. See how it is, I guess. And then I'm at the last stop of the day for today, which is Ross. It's right to my left here. Gonna head in there, check out their fragrances. A lot of times Ross in my area really not good. TJ Maxx usually has a better selection, better fragrances. There were actually some things in TJ Maxx that surprised me. It was like not too bad today, all things considered to what it usually is. But here we go into Ross, see what they have. Oh, and I should also say I did check the women's section of TJ Maxx. A lot of times they will put men's fragrances in the women's fragrance section of TJ Maxx almost every time. Like 90 to 95% of the time I'm in TJ Maxx, they have men's fragrances there. But today, they did not. They actually had it correctly separated, you know? So that's why I didn't show you that. There was nothing there, at least men's fragrance-wise. But here we go into Ross's. Not too much. Got the classic over here, Quorum. Classic Paco Rabanne. Random Hugo. An absolute ton of Nautica Blue. Some cheap Adidas, Curve, Tommy, and then Mambo. Ronnie the limo driver special. Yeah, this is it. And then women's stuff over here, other than this Curve and Mambo. More women's stuff here on the end. That is it. That is it as far as Ross, whatever. Do have some decent shoes in here though. Can pick up these Adidas. So that's gonna pretty much do it. That's what fragrance shopping around here is typically like. You can find a lot of designers, no niche, and most of the designers are things that have been out for a really long time. If they do get in something new, it's more like new-ish by the time it gets here, not truly new. And on occasion you can find a decent cheapie at TJ Maxx or Ross, but not super often. Yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for tagging along with me. Let me know how fragrance shopping is in your city. Better than here, worse than here, hopefully not worse than here. If it's worse than here, I really feel for you. Although I know some of you guys who live in a very rural part of the country or other countries probably do have it worse than here. Yikes. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your support. And if you want me to do something like this again in the future, I have a couple cities around me that are fairly similar to here, but they do have different stores. I could go there and fragrance shop and see what we find. But yeah, just let me know. I'll be glad to do it again. Thanks for watching. See you guys again next time.